Hey guys, it's Oracle Daphne. I am doing my daily horoscope for you guys in my car. I thought you guys might want to see a change of scenery, so here I am in my car, um, recording this, and basically, I don't actually have my cards with me, but I pulled a card before I left for today, and the the message is Temperance. Okay, so this is for October 13th, 2014. And Temperance is a card that can go really either way. It's really about minding your energy. And for those fire signs, it's going to be a real challenge today to make sure that you kind of keep your temper. And for my lovely a shout out here for my lovely Capricorn viewer in Connecticut who loves Anne of Green Gables quotes. What I would say is, Anne Shirley has a very bad temper, and she must write this 100 times before leaving today. So, if you guys need to write your name down and say, you have a very bad temper, just to kind of get it out of your system, that might be a good idea. However, it's really just a quote. It's really just for fun. But the card is about balance and harmony. And the word harmony makes me think of that movie, Dances with Wolves with Kevin Costner. And that movie was actually it really gets me every time I watch it. But the movie was very interesting because there's this one part where he talks about how the American Indians or Native Americans really were in harmony with nature and their lives. And yes, there were wars fought and all that stuff, but the way they really treated their animals, the way they treated the buffalo, the way they treated just, their families, I mean, they were really in harmony with it, and with all of that. There was a sense of balance, and so that's what I think of when I think of harmony. And so, on this day, I really want you to be good, extra special. Do something extra special for your pets. I want you to think about doing something. Maybe you go from switching from regular vegetables to organic vegetables. I want you actually to buy an organic banana and try it when you also have a regular banana. So if you've been eating just regular bananas, switch to organic bananas, okay? And just taste test and see what the difference is if you're kind of anti-organic, okay? Tomatoes too. Buy an organic heirloom tomato. It'll probably cost you $6, but I want you to do it because they're just 10 times better than the other stuff. So yeah, it's about doing things like the natural way, and it'll just kind of harmonize. It'll kind of harmonize your life and balance things out. I think in a little bit better than the way things have been for you. I also think that this card can go either way as far as it being a really great day or it being a very volatile, explosive, emotional day where you can get into some really big stuff. It can even go as bad as someone files for divorce on this day because there's a part of the card that has this little creature that's holding these weights. It's like the scales. And there's this kind of crack up the front, which, it's like lightning, you know what I mean? It's like, like it could, something could happen, that you're not expecting to happen, just like boom. So I want you fire signs, Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries to really, just be mindful of your energy. And I want you to avoid any people that get you going, that push your buttons, that there's people that that you get into heated debates with or heated arguments. I want you to avoid those people. If your family gets you going, avoid your family on this day. Anybody that gets you going. The people that you want around are the people that are very calming, that have a calm influence. Fire signs especially, okay? You just need to really just avoid I would avoid other fire signs, actually, because the two of you, it's just like, but also, you know, the fire and water situation too can kind of get out of hand. So water signs avoid fire signs avoid water signs. And then for water signs, you know, you're kind of the dragon on this day. You know, especially your temper could really get the better of you on this day. And I want you to just be, you know, try to be as calm as you can. If you can, get some Reiki, you know, do a little Tai Chi. You know, my friend in Connecticut recommended Qigong, you know, do something that's kind of help your energy, you know. And then also, as far as, okay, so that's, and then the earth signs, you guys have to watch your temper as well, because you guys have the fire inside. So it's like the earth, Mother Earth has the fire in her. Okay, so your earth signs kind of do. That's why volcanoes exist. So you don't want to be a volcano on this day. You want to be calm. You want to be the pillar of society. I would suggest to take this day very easy. You know, this whole week, I feel like the cards for this week are going to really point to just resting, relaxing, and taking it easy. You know, just taking time for yourself, you know, as much as possible. And I really, like, I've had so many clients, and I just want to say, you guys are all great, by the way. I love working with all of you. But the clients that I've had have had issues with overworking, working too much. You know, you guys are working too much. Some of you are working 2 or 3 jobs. Some of them are you working 2 or 3 jobs and going to school at night. And there's nothing wrong with working. There's nothing wrong with going to school. It's just that there's a lack of balance in your life, and that's why this card is coming up. And for you, especially Capricorns, you guys need to slow it down. You guys, there's no rush to getting to, you know, to where it is, whatever it is that you want. There's no rush to get there. It's just that you should really focus on, you know, taking some time for yourself. You know, taking some time to reflect, taking some time where you're not working, and just do something else. You know, and you know, it's sort of like working has taken up all of your time. That's what's happened. And that's not what you want. Air signs are going to be kind of on the perimeter, okay, on this day. So this is October 13th, guys. They're going to be kind of on the outside. The energy is very volatile. It's sort of like this circular energy. The yin and the yang are kind of they're going to be going at it. The fire and the water energy especially, okay? It's sort of just like, I feel like on this day, there's going to be some really tough stuff that's going on in the news. I feel like explosive stuff happening in the news, fire stuff happening in the news, but also water stuff happening in the news. So there may be big storms, and yet there might be some kind of outbreak not outbreak, but, you know, kind of outburst, I should say, in the Middle East. Stuff that's just really, really intense. So air signs are really going to have a better perspective than everybody else, because they're going to be on the outside looking in. They're not going to be really in the midst of it all. So if you have any air sign friends, we're talking Libra, we're talking Aquarius, you know, Geminis even, just talk to these guys about, you know, how to kind of cool things down, because the air signs are going to kind of cool things down, you know. I mean, I have Aquarius too, so I'm gonna, you know, give you some of that air, you know, kind of cool everything off and kind of give you a sense of perspective that today is not the only day to get things done, guys, Capricorns, okay? Today is a day where you need to realize that time goes on. My aunt used to say, now, if it doesn't happen in this life, it's going to happen in the next life, right? So you guys need to remember that. It's about, you know, just experiencing things and not getting caught up in any drama, not getting caught up in any of this explosive stuff. And I feel like if you do that, things are going to go a little bit better, you know. There is the potential for balance on this day, for harmony on this day. So that's why I'm saying, For those of you who, need to switch your diet to organic, just do it. Bite the bullet. It's really not that much more, As far as the fruits and vegetables, I mean, it just really isn't, in the end, and it's worth it for you. If you guys, have been taking antibiotics for some kind of symptoms that you've had, you know what? It's time to stop that shit. You gotta just get, you do some research online, Google your symptoms online, do more research, do some more, get in touch with an herbalist, it's time to really, think outside of the box. Doctors these days prescribe antibiotics for every single thing. Do they really freaking know what's wrong with you? No, they don't. But they just do this antibiotics crap because that's what they're told to do. They don't know any better. And you should know better, because back in the day when antibiotics didn't exist, there were cures for everything. There were cures, okay? So I just want you guys to be mindful. If you've had some ongoing things and you've already taken antibiotics, don't go back and retake antibiotics just because the doctor doesn't know. It's time to switch. It's time to get in touch with natural medicine, really. For those of you, I've had some clients who are really interested in natural medicine. For those of you who are going back to school, this is a great time to do this. I totally support you 100%. There's a book called, and I've shared this with some of my clients, called The Encyclopedia of Natural Medicine. And personally, I think everybody should read this. Everybody. Because this book was sent to me by my lovely grandparents. And this book really changed my life. It saved me from so much pain and agony. And kind of got me started on, learning about natural medicine. And so this book, it's called The Encyclopedia of Natural Medicine. I think it's $9. It's a thick book, okay? It's a great coffee table book. You guys need to really you need to get it. If you don't have it, you've got to get it. It's very important that you do that. Also, okay, so I guess the Native American thing is really coming through strong. And I know that I do have some Native American viewers. I guess for you guys need to get in touch with the things that have been passed down to you. The natural, I guess cures or alternative, things that you guys really know about. You need to share that, okay? It's time to share that. Upload some YouTube videos on your own channel. Get a channel and start uploading. I think everybody's going to be really interested to what you have to say, because I feel like we need to bring that kind of culture back. I think it's kind of like something, it's sort of like we need to, there's some attention needs to be brought to that. We need to bring that back, that energy back. We pushed, when the white settlers came into the U.S., I mean, it was just, we pushed the Native Americans so far, and I mean, we just kind of squashed that culture. We just kind of killed it. We killed them, a lot of them, but we squashed the culture, and we need to bring the culture back, because that's what's missing from our society. That's what's missing. It's this alternative viewpoint of how to be in harmony with nature, how to be in harmony with the earth, how to get over things in a natural way rather than taking drugs and chemicals and stuff, So I think that's important. And then you guys who, some of you may be filing for divorce today. Some of you may be going through this stuff, and for that, I send you a lot of love. Okay, I don't want you guys getting into any text wars, seriously, with your spouse or your ex, or soon-to-be ex. Just pull the plug. Really, just pull it, okay? Do not talk to them, okay? Do not engage with them, because this is a day where things can really get out of hand, okay? Things can be like, text, I call it text blasting, where you just say everything, that comes to your mind, swear words and all, in like a series of 40 text messages, okay? So you don't want to do that, okay? You don't want to go back and forth with, stuff like that. It's he said, she said, I blame you for this. it's time to just kind of let that go. If you guys are getting a divorce or you're separating with someone, just it's time to move on. You need to stop thinking about their if there's a lot of people have been emailing too about relationships where they're in a relationship with someone who has cheated on them, okay? And they're interested to know, or they're curious to know if that relationship with the spouse and the third party is good. And it's one of those things where it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. You want to wish them well. You want to bless them. Even if they broke your heart and they cheat on you, you want to bless them. You want to let it go. You don't want to know what they're doing. It doesn't matter anymore for you because you need to let it go. You need to get your cord cut too. That's the other thing. My friend Catherine Ray, she does Reiki sessions. We are going to be doing, we're going to be partnering later in December for maybe, for the two of us doing sessions together. But for right now, you can contact her. I'll put a link for her to do Reiki sessions. She does like a cord cutting session for $75 and a 90-minute for $150. And it's just, I think a lot of people really need that. If you're going through this thing where you're really wrapped up, you're overly involved in the future of your ex-husband or ex-partner's life, you want things to go well for them. You want to wish them well. Because even if, because it doesn't necessarily validate the fact that they sucked as a person. I mean, it does say a lot. It does validate that fact, but it shouldn't have to be that way. Like, basically what I'm trying to say is that they suck as a person, period. Whether they get into another relationship or not and it fails, it's not necessarily, you don't want to be looking for a sign that their relationship's going to fail just to prove that your relationship, it wasn't your fault. Do you see? So it's like, so those kinds, I have had a lot of people inquire about this, and it really breaks my heart to hear about this stuff, because this is tough stuff. This is really tough stuff, But I would encourage you to have a private session with me so we can go over, some of the other things that are going on, find out what the blocks are in moving on from this for you, because you got to get past this. You got to move on from this. But I want you to know that it's important for you to just disconnect from their energy. You don't want to know if it's going well or not well. You don't want to know. It doesn't matter. They don't matter anymore. They just don't matter anymore. You need to focus on you. You need to get your shit together. You need to move on and start thinking about what you want to do. Stop focusing on them. That's basically, my suggestion. I guess the best case scenario is that this day goes well. It's really a 50-50 shot. And I know it's like a daily horoscope and you're going, Elizabeth, you got to commit to one way or the other. And I'm not going to. This is, life is not like that. Even if I was to say things are going to be really great for you today, some people's day will be really great and other people's it won't. So I'm just going to tell you that on this day, whichever side of the scales you fall, on the good or the bad, or even the really ugly, you're going to get through this day. You're going to get through this day, and the way to get through this day is to seek the natural, seek the balance, okay? Avoid conflict. Libras especially need to stop avoiding conflict and face the problem head on. Take the bull by the horns. Everybody else, it's time to just be at peace with yourself, be at peace with the situation that you're in, come to an agreement with whoever it is, bury the hatchet, whoever it is, and find the balance in your life. Take time for yourself. This is Mercury retrograde. We're in deep, guys. This is like the second going on third week now. This is the hardest week to get through. If we can get through this week, we can get through anything. So I just strongly recommend you that you really, you do that. And I wish you all the best as usual. I send you big hugs, big kisses from my car. Oh, by the way, my car is love. I love this car. A lot of people have attachments to their car. So there's a lot of love in this car, and I'm sending you all the love, and I wish you all the best. Stay tuned for my mid-October videos. I'm probably going to have them out next weekend, maybe sometime middle of this week. We'll see. So, yeah, all the best. Take care.